Hello, Dense MC here with another Charlie's Angels summary and review. Broadcast on November 16th, 1977, Angel Baby is the 11th episode of the second season. When a young airman goes AWOL searching for his missing girlfriend, he turns to old mentor Kelly for help. The Angels soon discover the girlfriend is part of an unwed mother's turned surrogate adoption group. When the group turns out to be run by criminals, Kelly pretends to be pregnant, Chris signs up for impregnation, and Sabrina becomes a callous, wealthy baby adopter. This episode features Edward Winter as black market baby runner Hugh Tomlinson, Cissy Wellman as black market front boutique owner Felice Carrere, and Sunny Johnson as scared new mother Marie. Also in this episode is Scott Columby as Marie's boyfriend Tommy, John Carlin as black market henchman Leonard Chaffee, and Bruce Fairborn as baby-making stud Jace. Interesting scene of the episode is between Chris and Sabrina as they watch Kelly enter the boutique, which is a front for the black market baby operation. Their stakeout chat is very casual as Chris bets Sabrina that Kelly can't resist buying something from the boutique. She doesn't, but since she's escorted out of the boutique really quickly, it's still a fair bet that she could have, given more time. Interesting quotes of the episode at the briefing in the Townsend office as the Angels wonder how to start investigating the missing woman at the surrogate facility. Charlie says, "We start with Kelly getting pregnant." Sabrina says a surprised, "What?" And Kelly says, while Chris laughs, "I quit." It's fun banter like this that's part of the Charlie's Angels' genuine charm, absent from more recent iterations of the franchise. Tommy, a young airman gone AWOL, is arrested causing a disturbance while trying to find his missing girlfriend. Having been mentored out of a rough childhood by Kelly when she was still a police officer, he asks for her help. She soon discovers that his girlfriend was pregnant but didn't want to tell him and went to an agency to have the child and send it up for adoption. Charlie, the Angels, and Bosley then discover that the agency, run out of a high-end fashion boutique, is also associated with a known extortionist named Tomlinson, raising red flags. Pretending to be pregnant, Kelly makes contact with Felice, the boutique owner, and both are tracked to a guarded facility by Chris and Sabrina. In a coincidence that can only be chalked up to the writer needing to speed things up, Kelly is boarded in a room next door to Marie. They talk to one another and Kelly is informed that Marie does still love Tommy, but thought having a baby before marriage would complicate his life. Chris investigates Tomlinson at one of his parties and he proposes to the pretend guest to get impregnated and sell the resulting child for a lot of money. He points to a choice of 3 young literal studs, all blonde and blue-eyed like her. Meanwhile, Sabrina and Bosley go to the facility as an obnoxious rich couple who want to circumvent the normal, slow adoption process. Actress Kate Jackson is really hamming it up, being a bossy bitch, smoking a fancy cigarello everywhere, something you definitely wouldn't see a protagonist doing now. Making contact with Kelly there, they also discover that a previous young mother, Annette, who wanted to back out of her contract, was mysteriously killed, but her baby was still adopted out instead of being remanded to her nearest relatives. This B-plot comes later in the episode than most and is very brief, but does serve to heighten the stakes for Marie's survival once she regrets wanting to sell her child. Chris goes to the hookup Tomlinson arranged with one of his indebted young men, only to find him nervous and worried. When he tries to warn Chris about how evil Tomlinson is, she confesses to being a private investigator. Before he bails, he names the young mother Annette's killer as Chaffee, Tomlinson's bodyguard and right-hand man. Sabrina informs Tommy that Charlie has arranged to get his AWOL charges dropped and to stay out of trouble until they get Marie back. Of course, he doesn't do this and clumsily sneaks into the facility and gets caught immediately. How did this hothead make sergeant? Having had enough of all the suspicious activity, Chaffee locks Kelly, Marie, and Tommy in a room and convinces Felice and Tomlinson that they need to be killed, just like the young mother Annette. However, Marie goes into labor, so the villainous trio wait for their baby payday, assuming ex-cop Kelly knows how to deliver one. Chris, Sabrina, and Bosley rush to the facility, having confirmed Chaffee's murderous arrest record, and spoken to Annette's mother, who identifies him too. The angels promise the teary-eyed lady that they will bring her daughter's killer to justice. In the facility, Marie gives birth, and the trio are about to take the baby away at gunpoint when Bosley and the angels arrive. A shootout occurs when Chaffee flees throughout the facility, and Chris is the one to return fire when he points his gun at her. Shocked at having to shoot a man in cold blood for the first time, Chris is comforted by Sabrina. Two odd things about the epilogue in the Townsend office. One, this is a rare episode where we don't get a scene inside Charlie's personal office or anywhere else with him in person. Second, and most strange, is that it's mentioned in passing that Chaffee survived Chris's shot. Why did he need to survive? This isn't a Saturday morning cartoon, and it almost detracts from Chris's emotional scene at having shot him. This is one of the darker episodes of Charlie's Angels' second season, along with Hours of Desperation and the Sandcastle Murders. As morally gray as a designer baby industry is, without the heavy-handed lockup and murder, nothing else they're doing is illegal. Nothing is mentioned about the buyers either. Their level of complicity is unknown and thus unprosecutable. The trademark Charlie's Angels charm is there throughout the episode, but so is a creepy vibe which grows along with it. This all culminates in a tragic action finale where Chris has to take a life for the first time. IMDb gave this episode a 7.4 out of 10, and I'd give it a 7.6 for trying something outside the norm and doing it well. Good morning, Charlie.